Right, hello. I'm back, and I'm going to continue working on the game now. Right, let's just get right to it. There's not that much to do. Well, yeah, there's a lot to do. So we should better get started. So first of all, I need to add some functionality to the construction panel. And right, here I have it. Bar, so that I can scroll through the sort of prefabs, that the machine panels that have been specified. So that is important. So let's figure this out. So I can add a new UI element, a panel. And this panel is going to be it's going to be somewhat like this, I suppose. So really it should just hold some info. And I'm gonna have to polish it later, you know, polish up how it looks, but yeah, because right now it's really bad. Let's fix up some stuff at least. So 0.25, so 0.3 maybe. So let's do 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, that looks about right. And then all I need is just some padding. Oh yeah, 10, 10, 10. And now I have our panel, and it seems to work fine with the padding. Okay, cool. So what are we going to add to this panel? Well, I need to find what to add because I don't know. Let's do some Googling on Unity scroll bar. I think Unity 5 scroll bar with yeah, scroll bar, vertical scroll, a scrollable list. Oh, it's a YouTube tutorial. Nope. Thank you, but no. Vertical scroll bar. Let's see here. Scroll bar allows the user to scroll an image or other view that it's too large to see completely. Okay, so we add a, okay, so we just add a scroll bar, and I mean, it should be relatively fine. I know there's a lot more to it, but let's just do a scroll bar first. Let's add a panel inside that is bigger than its parent. And so why does this scroll bar not work? Specify a rect transform for the scroll bar handle. It must have a parent rect transform that can handle. Okay, let's add the UI and scroll bar. Okay, here we have one. However, it doesn't look like the one that I want. UI scroll view. Okay, here we go. That's about right. So we just need to specify the things that I specified before. 1, 1, and just 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so now, you know, we have our scroll view. Looks like we have our viewport, and the viewport has our content. Okay, so if we add a ton of content, then if we play, we should be able to scroll through this content. But it doesn't look like it. So why is that? Because, right, should be 0, 0. There should be a 0 here. Okay, let's try that. Yes, indeed, we can now scroll through the scroll bar. And if our content here, we should add, let's see, Unity 5 fit panel to content. So the content size fitter, here we go. Yeah, okay, so I think we need, so let's just make this normal now, and let's add a content size fitter. I think the viewport has one. No, does the scroll view have one? No, okay. So horizontal fit and constrained preferred size. Okay. So let's add some elements. Let's add something like a button, and let's drag it here, and let's make it absolutely massive. Okay, let's see if this works. No, or well, kind of. We can drag it around, but we can't really control it. So maybe we just go unconstrained. No. So the content size fitter doesn't seem to work like that. Just as a layout. Okay, well, that doesn't look helpful. Yeah, it doesn't seem to expand to the button at all. Right, so if we make this really long, right, we get a scroll bar. We can scroll through to the button. So I don't know exactly why this doesn't work. So let's see. Content size fitter. Horizontal layout group. Right, so I want a vertical layout group, I guess. Vertical layout group. Spacing 1. Child force expand. Okay, so now if we have let's try and duplicate this button several times. Okay, so I guess that works now. So we have multiple buttons, and if we duplicate it enough, are we going to get a scroll bar? No, we don't. That's annoying. So padding. Obviously padding, right? There's nothing that can go wrong with padding. Spacing 10. 5. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Just that our size fitter doesn't do anything. Minimum size. Oh, now it does. Okay, okay, cool. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. That's good. Okay, everything's perfect. Let's get this out of here. So let's create a new folder for machines, and machines are going to be okay. No, thank you. Machines are going to basically have a script that's going to be the machine script, and all it does is on creation we're going to add more sort of to the game controller. We're going to add more coins per second, and on destruction we're going to remove coins per second. Later I might add more functionality, but that's going to be it for now. Then also going to store their costs and so on. So we have our machines, and we're going to start by creating the first machine. Let's call it the... What is the first machine going to be? Maybe the banker. So it's basically like a bank. Let's create a model for that. So we're going to save this, and we're going to create a new one. And I think they're 16 by 16, so it should be 16, 16, and something like 40. Well, no, 16, 16, 16. Let's make a cube. And it might, I mean, why? And we might want to make it something like 14, 14, 20, just to make it a bit more long, because long things are nicer in general. Okay. And also the build panel does have color, so color seems to work, sort of. So what is the banker going to look like? I guess right, these are all temporary models. I'm probably going to change them eventually, if I have time, of course, but okay, so first maybe something like a pedestal. Just, you know, to make sure that it doesn't look horrible. So, yeah, pedestal. And on this pedestal, we're going to put our machine. So I want to erase some parts on these pedestals just to make it look more sort of worn out. Okay. And so we might have like money or something. No, let's make like a weird yellow ball, because because why not, right? Why not make a yellow ball on the banker? That makes sense, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 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 Okay, so we have our banker. So, yeah, I mean, kind of. Maybe I'm gonna make it a bit longer so that it looks more like a coin, or whatever it now is. So that, you know, it looks like there's a coin in there, and it's trying to sort of I don't know, extract the money from it. This is going to be a really bad machine, but it's going to work, hopefully. So it's going to be like initial resource, a cheap, nice machine, just, you know, for doing it. So this is going to be the banker, and we want to also save the model as the folder machines, the banker. And I might have multiple different types of pads as well, I'm not sure. So let's make a sort of content viewer for the banker as well. So let's make some painting. We're gonna change the size to be sort of like 60 by 40. By 40, something like that. Okay. So we're just gonna have like coin. Woo! Beautiful coin. And then it's gonna be like winnings go up and coin. Right, that's perfect. Okay, so we have a graph, right? So it like shows that it goes, you get more coins. Absolutely amazing art skills. There we go. Perfect. So we're going to okay, so we have Unity. Where are you, Unity? There you are. Weekly games. Cube, no. Maze Engineer. That's what it's called. Textures. Textures. And rather not PNG. Because PNG is like, well, I mean, PNG is fine. Okay. So this is going to be the banker. Or like the makeshift machine icon. So it's going to be like the default machine icon. Okay, so we have our thing here. So we're going to add a new UI element, which is going to be a panel. This panel is going to be, you know, have some width, and it's going to okay, so I have some width and some height. Right, the width is like okay, so I have some decent width, some decent height. Okay, so we're going to add to this. This is going to be the banker. So I'm going to add an UI image. So we're going to add some padding to it, because padding is nice. The image, we need to have the image here. Right, this isn't, why is this not a sprite? Please let me use that. Okay, let's delete that. Remove component. Let's add a raw image. And that allows me to do that. Okay, cool. Good, 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 good. And As you can see, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Let's add more to this absolutely amazing card. So let's add the text and let's make it at 0.5, 1, 0, 0.5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.5, 1, and of course 0, 0. So we want, you know, some padding, right? Not much and not on the left, but to the top. And I want some fairly small text, something like 14, right, 13 looks good. So now we want to have our expenses, so it requires $0, but it requires a ton of scrap, right? So 10 scrap, 10 scraps, and what we get from it is going to be this text also should be red, right, so best fit, that feels good, and so the color is going to be red. And then we want some green. And this time we want a green text. It's going to be the income. And so here we say plus $1 per second. Expenses, income. Button. So I want to make this a button. Okay, so on click, we want to, we want to have in the game controller here, I want to have a public static it's going to be a construction panel, construction, and it's going to be null by default, and so we can have public void construct. So we want to construct something. However, constructing things is not that easy. We need to pass something to construct, and that is going to be hard. So let's see, construct, need a game object, constructing. So then we want to have something like construct a, whatever you want to construct. However, let's see. I'm not happy with this. This is bad practice design, bad stuff. Okay, let's not worry about this for now. Let's just work on this. So we want to have a public game object containing, or well, GUI called content GUI, and we also want public game object content. So content GUI, and here is like the visible content. So on mouse down we say visible content equals dot set active true. So we want to make it visible, and I think we also want to say game controller dot construction equals this, right? So that should help, and I'll show you what that does, what that's going to do later. So that essentially means that the current thing that we're constructing is this, and then we might just want to put this in the game controller, right? Because the game controller should control pretty much everything. So we want a public void set activate, or we'll build stuff, we'll start build UI, and we need something to build as well, so game object array called objects, and game object array called panels, or well, GUIs. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say that the current panel for that, the visible content dot set active true, and then we want to say that the, let's see, content GUI dot children dot, let's see, dot remove, no, let's see, Unity, oh, I have a thing here, Unity remove destroy, or well, Unity remove all child objects, deleting all children. Yes. Okay, let's just copy code because I am lazy. In content GUI dot transform dot destroy child visible content does not exist in this context. No, it does not. Game controller dot singleton dot okay. So I should be able to now just go through all of the for each game object G in GUIs. Then we want to say that GUIs. No, all I need to do is say instantiate the GUIs G, and transform parent is the content GUI. Dot transform. There we go. That should work, hopefully. And so the construction panel, we now just need to add that. So let's take a look at the rooms. So I have the normal room here. Let's just create a construction site first. So we need a model, and we have a build panel here, right? And so we're going to add a component construction panel, and machines we're going to add. Well, it's not. We don't use that. We're going to, however, add. We're going to create a prefab machine GUIs. We're going to create the banker. Okay. So we can just add bankers now. Right? We don't really need to worry. We just add more, and it works. Right? So yes. Okay. So you're going to add a banker. Now we just need to make this into a prefab. All right, I did that. Okay, so if I now look at the template room, I should be able to put a build panel here. And I should probably continue. Whoops. All right. So there we go. That's something. Now the build panel also, we should add a box collider to. let's edit the collider, and it's really small. So let's fix that. So you can actually click on this. And I want you to click on the top part. So that's what I'm going to add to the collider. Okay, that looks fine. Let's apply that. And let's put this into the template room, and in the rooms, let's make the template room that. Okay. Let's try and run this and see what happens. Okay, so the variable visible content of game controller has not been assigned. Right. And also I should probably put this scroll view, which is going to be like the build menu. I'm going to put it to be not active, so that we can sort of, I'm going to show you later why that's important. Or well, yeah, it's really it's not that much. Let's just add it now. So I can add a button to the build menu, not a component. I need to add a UI as a button, and this button is going to be like 40 by 40. And so it's going to be here, and it's going to be the close button. So, you know, just that, and then we just use the build menu, game objects, set active, false. Okay, let's try that just to make sure that it works. Yes, okay. So we click on this, and we still need to assign the game controller and give it some values. Now I can just put this to there. Okay, so game controller visible content is the content here. It's the content GUI, and the visible content is what we want to set active when we want to actually see what's going on. Okay, so yeah, this seems to be working, and so I can close it and can open it, and every single one does that. That's fairly cool. Actually, it works. It actually works. That's nice. So let's actually add some functionality to build them, because I think that might be nice to have. So as we build a machine, we want some prefabs from the machines, and I think I have them here. Yes. So I need some models. Models. We have the machine here, the banker. So if we focus on the banker, we can add the machine. Oh yeah, I need a new script called machine. I don't think I have one. Nope. So let's add a new screen called a machine. And the machine really is going to not have that much. Not opened. That's weird, but okay. So for the machine, we want to just do one thing when it starts, and later I also want to add some. So when you click on a machine, you can basically opens like a machine info panel that gives you some info about the machine. So all we want to do is say game controller dot singleton dot, let's see, the game controller has the coins per second, I think. Yes. Coins per second. Public float coins CPS. Cost equal the CPS of the machine. So our banker, we're going to add the machine, and so the CPS of this is going to be 1. Perfect. So our banker is going to go here, and I probably want to put that there as well. Banker prefab, banker objects, banker GUI. Okay, so our template room, this one, our build panel, it's using a banker GUI. Yes, and it also wants the banker objects. So let's take a look at how we would. So if we add our banker GUI here, I'll just put it, yeah. No, it should be the content. So we have our banker GUI, and we want it to be a button, and as the button gets pushed, we want the game controller to be called. So I want to make this, give this a script called a machine GUI. And so the machine GUI is not going to do too much. What we're going to give it is a public function, public void build machine. And so we're going to build a machine. So we want a public machine, well, public, yeah, no, public int machine index. So what we're going to do now is just say game controller dot singleton dot build machine index. And so what we want is a public void build machine. So then we want just content dot set active false, because you don't build two machines on the same spot. You don't do that. And then I also want to store an important value, and that is public game objects current pad. Well, it should be transform, it doesn't have to be game objects. And so here we just want transform sender, and so all we do is current pad equals sender. And so what we do is we say instantiate the, let's see, game objects array called machine objs. So the machine objs equals the objects that we have, and then we're going to initialize machine objs at the index at the current pad. So there we go. So we're just gonna pass the transform. Okay. Let's see if this now, what we can do now. So the banker GUI, on click, we say we're going to add it, it's called a machine GUI. So we're going to say just machine, we're going to pass ourselves and say the machine GUI, and then we're going to, which one? The machine GUI, what does it have? Build machine. So the machine GUI, build machine, yes. Machine GUI, build machine. Okay, and then we want to apply that. And so we want to just close it. Let's see here. So let's open this and let's try and build it. So it looks like it sort of worked. It's just let's take a look at what happened. So I don't know exactly what happened. It looks like the object you want to instantiate is no machine objs. I haven't set that, have I? Let's see. So in the prefabs, in the rooms, I have the template room. I have this guy. And his machine, yes, indeed. There is no model for that. Let's go here. No, I didn't apply that either. Let's try this. Let's build it. And so now it kind of wasn't mad at me, but it still didn't instantiate anything. However, I am sort of not sure, because it might have just, yes, it instantiated it in the wrong spot. So all I need to do is in the game controller, build machine. I need to give it some current pad dot position quaternion dot machine objs index dot rotation transform dot rotation current pad. Let's try that. Okay, so we got that, and yes, so we build the machine. Now yeah. Now, of course, this machine is in a bit of a bad spot because the machine itself is sort of, I mean, it's not entirely in the center and all of that, but I think it's fine. It looks fine to me, and so you can build more machines, and yeah. And it goes faster as well. As you can see, this thing goes faster and faster the more machines we build. So we can build more machines, and okay, I think I'm at more machines. And yeah, you can see it goes much faster. Now we need to add some logic to make sure. And I think I should put this logic in machine GUI. So we need the cost, public int scrap cost, public int coin cost. And also, we probably want a public, and we want to say using Unity engine.ui public text for the cost text. So at void start, we just say cost text dot text equals coin cost plus dollars new line plus scrap cost plus scraps. There we go. And so we also need to make sure that if game controller, right, so let's just make it game controller GC equals game controller dot singleton. So we want to make sure that if GC dot coins is larger or equal to coin cost, and GC dot coins is larger or equal to scrap cost, then we can do this, and then obviously GC dot coins minus equals coin cost GC dot scraps minus equals scrap cost. Okay, so now we should be all right, and also our coins per second should be 0, and I should also set that here. And let's remove these template rooms and the banker object, and also in the game controller the current coins per second should be 0. Okay, let's try this. Let's close it. So we have 0 coin and 0 scraps. So now we should probably get some we should get some generation going. Just to test this though, I'm going to add one of the prefabs, the medium scrap. I'm going to add it, sort of move it into the room a bit so that we can sort of get it. There we go. So we can sort of duplicate it and get tons of scrap in one single room. Okay. And also, So we have some objects just floating around in the room. Right, that's pretty horrible. Let's leave it. Okay. And also we need to update the banker GUI. We need to update it because the banker GUI needs the banker machine GUI thing, and scrap costs is 10 scraps, 0 coin cost, machine index 0, that's indeed correct. And the cost text is going to be the expenses. And that should be it. So we can apply that and we can continue with our day. Let's do that to the build menu and let's see what we get. So we have tons of scrap, so we can collect some scrap and basically get tons of resources, enough to build one of these. However, it doesn't do anything. That's annoying. So, you know, it costs $0, 10 scraps, you can clearly see that, but we have 12 scraps, so it should be okay. So why do we not have enough scraps for it? I do not know. But yeah, this is coming together fairly nicely and I'm happy about that. It's nice that it's coming together, sort of, a little bit. Okay. Let's do a debug log here. Building. Let's see if it is building. Yes, we are in fact doing that. However, I don't think we come here. So let's debug.log gc.coins. Oh, it's gc.scraps, not coins. We need to make sure that that's correct. Okay, cool. Not cool, but good. So, you know, it doesn't do anything. We don't have enough money. So we need to gather some more scraps. And at the moment, since all the rooms are the same, we can get tons of scraps really easily. And so we can build a machine in this room that will gather coins for us. And that can allow us to build better machines in the future. Yes, this is starting to actually look like a kind of game, which is really nice. So yes, now mostly just random generation, some better sort of maze-like features, some more cleverly designed rooms, stuff like that. Array index is out of range. Oh, I think I went out of range with the camera. Okay, now I'm back with in the range camera. Okay, let's build some more machines here, just to sort of build them. And the fun thing about this is that you need to actually find your way back to your old machines if you want to sort of do things with them. Right now you don't do anything with your old machines, but I want to. That's probably what I want to add next, apart from, of course, world generation, because that is going to be a big part of this game. And if I'm not if I don't have it yet soon, I'm going to be depressed. Okay, so here you can see we have the sky. So I really like, by the way, that you can sort of see the panels moving around. It looks kind of funny. Yeah, I think I like this. This feels kind of cool. A bit bland though, so I'm gonna have to make tons of models and work on the graphics and the sounds and music and all of that. And I'm also going to have different tunes, I think, depending on the level that you're on. So it's going to be a bit of a more like dark tune the further down you go, because then you're closer to winning. And I also have an idea of making sort of some other things that might be cool in the game, like mini games, but that might not be possible with a time limit. And also the code is ugly, really ugly. Everything is horrible. But let's continue. Work on some game design. Let's build some more machines here, first of all. Just so that we can get tons of money. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Some machines, and let's get some more scraps here. Build another machine, get some more scrap. I think I have almost exhausted most of the scrap. It can't be that much left, really. Oh, there's actually quite a bit in this unexplored part of the world, I guess. Yeah. I have explored sort of this area, but this area is sort of unexplored, so I should probably start exploring that a bit more. And there should also add some limits to the camera movement, so that you cannot move outside the boundaries of the world, because that would be bad if you could do that. However, I don't think I actually need that, because I will have walls there. But it might still be nice to sort of have that. And yeah, so the first one thing I want is just to make sure that that these ones actually have sort of best fit on them. So that they actually don't become horribly hard to read. Well, that at least that they don't disappear when they come out of range. Okay, the fact that I have this sort of mini-map is kind of cheating. But who cares? Okay. So I have... That was kind of disappointing. Why? Okay, apparently my scrap counter was freaking out. It was kind of perfect, the amount of scrap that I have. Okay, so now we have basically beaten this entire level. There's no more scrap. Well, there is some scrap left in the down left. I should go there. Let's explore down a bit further. Oh no, Continue, and there we go. Okay, sweet. So we're going to just find all this good old scrap to get as much resources as we can. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, now we get tons of money. Now, obviously, I want to build some other machines as well. So let's do that. Let's make some other implementations into this engine. Okay. So. Okay. Let's make something. Let's do something a bit different now, just because I want to do something slightly else, just for a moment, because it's necessary. So let's say that we got our, and I also want to make sure that I have the best fit set on these as well. Once again. And I want them to be at 0. So you start with 0 of everything. Nothing at all. Why are they different sizes? Scrap valve, coin valve. Oh, it's because the coin valve has a padding. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, we are supposed to be at 1. Okay, now they have the same size. Nice. That's helpful. They have the same size. Right. Okay. So, what more? Yeah. Generation. Let's generate our rooms. So we need a public pool explored, and it should be false. Okay, so at the beginning we should generate our rooms, and to do this we need a maze generation. And we're going to use the one that I know the best. Of course, also we need the level. So at the moment just 0. Right. Yes. So we're going to have int and x equals width divided by 2. Int and y equals height divided by 2. So we're going to use an algorithm for generating a maze that I know very well. We're going to have a stack. Let's instead have a vector to int and pos equals a new vector to int. No, it's going, yeah. It's going to be a new vector to int width divided by 2, height divided by 2, and so we're going to have a stack of those called and history was a new stack like so. So and history dot push and pos. So while and history dot count is larger than 0, we want to continue. So first we want to get all of the moves that we can do. So bool left equals let's see. Let's actually do a void generate maze from a vector to int start. So we actually do that. Because it's going to be handy to have later, so that we can generate multiple sort of levels in the level, multiple areas. Okay, so left equals whether or not we can move left, which is basically if that one is explored yet or not. So we need to have a room get room x int y, well, vector to int pus turn rooms at pus.x plus pus.y times width, and if pus.x larger less than 0 or pus.0 or pus.x is larger than 1, then if that is the case, then it's outside the boundaries. So then we want to just return a new room -1 null. So we want to just return null. So what I want to do is I want to create a new constructor for a room. What? Okay, so you can just create a new room. So bool left is get room int and pus equals start and pus. So we get the room at the ant pus plus vector to int dot left dot explored, not explored. So we want to just get all of those left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down. So now we want to find bool can left dot explored and left dot level equals int level equals get room start dot level equals the level. And we do exactly the same thing with all of the others. Can right, can up, can down. And then we can decide int n values or n directions equals let's see, can left 0 1 plus can right 0 1. So these are like the expressions for adding one in case can up, can down. And so we want to get the direction, and so we take random.r.random range variable.range between 0 and n directions. So if there's, let's see, inclusive, okay, so we need that. So we say int direction equals that. And so now we want to get the direction that we wanted. So if can left, then if can left, if vector to int new pos equals and pos. So now we want to say if direction equals 0, because left is always 0. Well, if it's 1, so basically that means it can do left and also direction minus minus. So this is sort of the idea that I have for how to sort of control the direction. So what we're going to do is we're just going to say new pos plus equals vector to int dot left. And then we're going to do else if, and else if can right, can up, can down. Direction equals 1, we have right, up, down. And so now we just say history dot push and pause. Now we also need something important, and that is if if n directions is larger than 0. So that means there is more than one direction that we can go. So in this case, we'll say ant pos equals new pos. Okay. Otherwise, we want to basically say ant pos equals ant history.pop. And also here we want to say get room start dot explored equals true. And so now we just want to say that get room and post dot explored equals true. Let's just do a int get room I rooms. Okay. Okay, so I think that the internet failed completely and gave up. It is bad. Oh, now internet is back, I think. Okay, good. So, that's good. Let's see here. Okay, that delay is pretty big. Anyway, so the stream is pretty delayed from sort of what I'm doing in reality. Anyway, so the ant pulls, yeah, and also as we do this, we also need some other things. Right, let's just try this and see if it doesn't crash. Yes, it does not crash. That is good. And that is fairly handy. So, now let's see if we can block certain exits. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that the camera in the camera controller, we want to know if controller dot camera room dot left. And we need to do this for all directions. Okay. And we need to, of course, right, up, down. Top, bottom. Okay, So now, as you can see, we can't go anywhere because the room doesn't have any sort of walls open. So if we open walls here, we should be able to add that functionality into the game. And then of course we need to render and show that if a room, and sort of show what rooms are which rooms are which. That's what I was going to say. Okay. So let's take a look. No, I haven't added that yet. So okay. Let's do the current room. Current room. Well, actually no. Let's just take this. So we need to set rooms and pus dot right equals true, and get new pus dot left equals true. So we're going to add this for all of these. However, of course, here's going to be left, right, up, top, bottom, top. Okay, let's see if this seems to work. I am not sure. Can't move there. There we can't move. So you still can't move anywhere, which is bad. Let's see here. Where do I have my console log here? Control find console log. Okay, this is where it is. Okay, let's remove that because I need another log. And this log is going to be in the generate maze thing. It's going to be here. Debug.log and history.count. Now we should see that hopefully it will increase and decrease and stuff. Let's see here. 1. Okay, so apparently it never does anything, which is bad. So if n directions is larger than 0, apparently that it doesn't like that. So let's just see if it's explored. And oh, right. Up, down. Okay, let's try that. No, it doesn't do anything. That's weird. It should at least write something for me. Did I remove that code on accident? Yes. Debug.log and history.count. One. Thanks, man. Thanks. Big thanks to you. So, why is that? Oh. It was inverted. That's why. That makes sense. Let's try this now. Okay, so now it takes a while. Let's see if it actually ever starts or if it's an eternal loop. I didn't do anything weird. No, I set the explored the true, I push to the end history, I set the end push to the new push. So, you know, in general it should work, hopefully. I don't know though. Maybe not. I don't know really. Oh well, it crashed. Well, I'm not... Because I'm not sure if I have the motivation enough to continue pursuing the completion of this game. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Might complete it later, but I think I'm just going to finish my my real-time strategy game instead. Oh, yeah, so bye.